we got scraps here, here, and down in that box. That's that shirt. I'm waiting to get some brown material to make a skirt. And then we got some here, and here, and here, and of course, in the other storage room. What I have to do is, I'm going to take this board, I'm going to try to find a place for it so I can put all of the stuff on it when I get done, so that I have a place for it. So we'll put that on, and we're going to turn that on. Alright. Clean this right here off. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, no, okay, go there. Is take stuff like this right here and put it to the side and find my big template and do it. But right now, I'm hoping I get into all my strips, because we have strips out the union here. So this right here could be put over here to the side, like a big thing out of it. Some of this material needs to be sewed down, ironed down. Right now I can't use nothing like that for quilting. It's too thick. So yeah, you would lay down right here in the way, wouldn't you? Yeah, I've got stuff in here that I don't need, and this will have to be ironed. Well, here's something I am not for sure. Alright, we'll put that over on. I've seen that before, but I don't know. Alright, these, I don't know what to do with these, except for sew them down to, what is this, a 2.5? Nope, a 2. And just sew all these down together for 2 and 2, and then that way they will, okay, I'll be back. This right here should go in the scraps over here. So should this one, because it's got a hem. And that one should go there. These are like 1/2 inch or 1.5 inches. Oh, come on. Yeah, 1.5 inches. And this right here is 1 inch. So I kind of want to put these in a different place so we could put them on the yeah, that lighting. So I'll start another basket for that. And this one right here, you need to iron it and go ahead and cut it down and call it quits on it. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Alright. Yeah, we've got a mess here. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is set this over here. And I'm going to get, I got to turn my iron back on. We left and we came back. And I didn't turn it on. Start just getting one of them and chopping it down. Let's see what we could do. If we need to chop it down, we'll go ahead and chop it down and get it done. I don't want to play with it. Alright, I think this right here is a 1.5. No, that looks like a 2. Well, no, it's not a 2. And it's not a 2.5. It's less than 2.5. Alright. So, what we're going to do is go ahead and iron it down. And I think what I need to do is get my sewing machine ready and see what we can do about going ahead and do sewing them down to whatever we're going to. Well, at least we got a salvage edge there, and we can tell it's not at level. So, but we're gonna make it level to a 2-inch because 2.5 is too big, and then that way we can get her done. Let's see if I can figure this out. That's 2.5. Let's get this one over here and that one over here. Let's see what we can do with this one. This one right here looks like it's not going to be worth nothing except for, yeah, we could, we're going to make a strip side of it for my rugs. Be the best thing to did on this piece. So, let's just tap it down the middle. Or pretend like we were, oh, that would hurt if they cut my toe. Okay. That'll work. Man, I've already got 2 of these.
The FOJC Radio Sunday Night Live. We're so thankful for each and every one of you that is joining me and Brian for the broadcast tonight. Let us know where you're at in the chat. And we always love to hear from listeners all over the world. So thank you for joining us for the broadcast tonight. And we're starting a new series tonight, Mystery Conspiracy Theater, which is an obvious spin on the old Mystery Science Theater, which I know has had a lot of fans down through the years. And we're going to have a little Mystery Conspiracy Theater. I want everyone to know that we are not recommending that people watch this movie. But what we are doing, we are going to decode this movie for the millions of people that have watched it. And we're going to help people understand the effect that this movie and other movies like it have had on our pulp culture. And also we're going to be seeing predictive programming, how that films made by insiders are literally showing us what they're going to be doing in the future and giving some real insider signals on what they have done in the past. And we're going to see some amazing things tonight in this Indiana Jones Decoded.
Well, I'm going to tell you, from the looks of it, when this iron gets so hot, it shuts off and it will not iron. I'm going to have to find me another iron to go in here. Yeah, see this one, it didn't do too good either. But I'm hoping that, oh yeah, this one here is doing a whole lot better. But I'm putting them at, like, I've got 2.5-inch strips. Then I've got those 2 2-inch strips and then a 3-inch strip. And whenever I get down to a 2.5, I'll put it in the middle of them two. I'm gonna leave this there. Man, I don't know what they're putting in dog food, but man, it's driving my dogs crazy. Itching all the time. There's very few fleas, but it's like they are eat up with whatever. Alright, let's see what we can do about chopping this one down. I think it'll be a 3. At least that's what I'm gonna put it as. I like using 3 inches too, so it's not gonna bother me to do a 3. There we go. Oh, come on. I hate that. Alright. There we go. I need to go get me another thing to put scraps in for making a rug. Man, I save more of these things than anything. And I try to save the lid so I can have a lid. But, gee whiz, you talking about, the kids had these. Oh man, I pushed a lot down in there. I wonder if I can push any down in there. I should have looked at this earlier. Now I'm gonna leave that like it is. Put a lid on it so that I can add more on top of it. But yeah, I go through these like crazy. That'll go down in there. I'll slide that one down in there, and then when that one gets full, I'll put it to over here. But I am hoping that, oh come on, no, don't do that. I hate that. Alright. I'll throw this right here stuff away. I don't save it. Ain't no need in it. Alright, this is a 3. It'll go in a 3 pile. And let's see what we got here. Oh, this right here's a long one. Alright, let's see what we could do about ironing it down. I don't want to chop it down. I'm going to put it as strips, so because it's in a strip box, and hopefully I get more strips. But I do try to get as many as I can, because those strips work great for putting around quilt for binding. It does good. And that way I don't have to fool with it. Just put them to going and get it done. Alright, that right there side will be okay. We're going to go with a 3. I wonder if I get 2.5 out of it. There's a 2.5. And get a 2. Ooh, that sounds romantic to me. So now I got me a 2.5, to go where my 2.5s are supposed to go. Can I get another 2.5? Oh my goodness. Yes, I could get 2 of them. And have some to put in my rug. So that works for me. Hardy, hardy, hard. Alright. Let's see what we can do about getting the pink one done. Alright, now that right there, now I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. But yeah, this is a better way to me to go through my scraps and be able to do this to them. And then whenever I do have a quilt that just doesn't matter, and I'll put in different colors on it, it works out. I know this right here may be boring, but everybody's got to be able to clean up their messes, and I'm just trying to show you a way to clean up your mess and be able to still use what you got. And believe you me, I've got a lot. See, this right here still not ironing down that good. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's try a 3. No, I'm not gonna like a 3. Let's go with a 2.5. Yep, we could do a 2.5. Alright, I'm not gonna save this. It's too thin at the top. It's good and thick down here, but we're gonna get rid of it.
And Brian, thank you so much for joining us. This is right in our wheelhouse here. We love this stuff.
Absolutely, David. I'm always looking into decoding movies, like we did the Back to the Future film on our first one we decoded. But this is going to be a new series that we're introducing to the program here on FLJC Underground Church. And we're so glad for everybody to be here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm. If you're new to the program, if you're just now tuning in and just now watching this broadcast, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps with everything here at the FLJC community here, what we're going to be doing here for the kingdom. And I pray everybody enjoys this broadcast. And I'm so glad to be here, a co-host with you, Brother David, for this new series here at Mystery Conspiracy Theater. First one out of the gate here with Indiana Jones Decoded, Brother David. Let's ride this thing out tonight. What do you say, David?
Let's ride. Let's ride. And we're going to begin here with Indiana Jones Decoded. Now, in the beginning of the movie, Indy starts out in South America, and there's a time frame given. There's a date, 1936. And as I have found, and I'm sure a lot of you also have, that specific details in these type of movies mean something. So 1936 in South America. And then we see Indiana Jones. He's there. He's heading toward a submarine later in the movie. And this submarine, in one of the shots, it's specifically identified as U-Boat 26. Now, when you look up the German U-Boat number 26, it was commissioned in 1936. Now, what's the message here? We've got South America, 1936. We have German submarines, 1936.
Alrighty, I'm going to do some of them. And then, I'll be back. And if there's anything different, and whatever. I don't think I'm going to make you sit here and watch every little piece that I do. Oh, come on, get out of the way. right down the side. Get rid of the fuzz is all we're going to get off of this one. And it'll fit in a 2-inch. Got this basket cleaned out. Now we can start over with it. I have 2-inch. These are 2-inch, but there's a whole bunch of them here. And then we got 2.5-inch. Then we got 3-inch, and I don't know. But these are smaller than these are. Then in this basket, I've got strips to where when we put our batting together, and now we can use those strips. And then these right here could be cut down to little square, or what is, let me get these over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These right here, and they could be cut down to that. And then this one, I ain't gonna start on it yet, but I still got those two to go. Man, but we're gonna have to figure where our cards or cardboard is to start sewing all of them down. Alright, the first one I found was the 2.5-inch, and this one's the 2.5-inch. But I'm going to get rid of this cardboard, I think. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, let's get started on this one. Now, I don't want to sew some of it down and keep sewing it down, because man, that coming to a problem. So what we're going to, oh, I didn't turn it on. I guess that would help if I did. Because it would be a teetotal mess. So I'm going to incorporate all this. You know, I have become where I am just so lazy on putting my stuff back up. It's pathetic. So probably end up doing a lot of these now, and I can't tell which is which on that side. So I'm not going to use that one because I can't tell. Which is the back and which is the front.
And this was the very time when the Germans were making expeditions into South America, making contacts to prepare their way for establishing a base in Antarctica. And there's a slide here that Brian has got on Neuschwabenland. And in 1938, they officially announced their expedition to Neuschwabenland. And in 1939, the Nazis placed their flag there on Neuschwabenland. So we're definitely having indicators. Now, these are things that, you know, I'll leave it up to the audience, as always, to decide. But are these things coincidences? Are these things just things that happen to be true? I don't believe they're coincidental. I believe they're sending a message, and we're going to see that this whole Antarctic German narrative looms large throughout this whole movie. Now, in this next slide, we're going to have a slide where, if you remember in the movie, those when Indiana Jones, he's going into the cave and he's hunting the head of the idol, and when he comes out with the head of the idol, he sees this other fella that has spikes run through his head. And then he said, that's Forrestal. That's Forrestal. Well, this again is a huge indicator. They could have called this guy Joe, Mo, or Curly or anything, but they called him Forrestal. Now, this, again, is a huge message. Now, this next slide is a picture of the real Forrestal. This is Mr. James Forrestal. And Mr. Forrestal met his death in 1949. It's officially listed as a suicide, but it absolutely was a murder. He was thrown out of one of the top windows of the tower of the Sedia Naval Clinic. And to understand why that is so important to the narrative of this entire movie, let's get some background on just exactly who James Forrestal was. Now, I'll read a little bit here from Stephen Quayle's book, The Empire Beneath the Ice. And we're going to begin to see the deadly weave of the Satan's web. Now, it says here, and on page 175 of Mr. Quayle's book, as noted earlier, in 1947, President Harry Truman appointed him the first United States Secretary of Defense. Some contend that following Operation High Jump, Truman signed an executive order that created a special operation named Majestic 12, which was headed by Forrestal and charged with recovery and reverse engineering in alien UFO. Now, for all of you that are going to watch the Midnight Ride this Saturday night, you're going to see me and Brian talk about the alien PSYOP, and we're going to take it back to a book called The Day After Roswell, written by Philip Corso. Philip Corso was a member of Operation Paperclip, and we're going to connect him to the Jesuits, the Freemasons, and show that this whole alien scenario was a PSYOP. It was misinformation, and what they didn't want people to know is that they were not in Majestic 12. It was not about the back engineering of alien craft from millions of light years away, but it was about the back engineering of Nazi technology that was continuing to be developed in Antarctica. And this is one of the reasons why Mr. Forrestal had to die. He knew about the truth of the whole alien PSYOP. He helped create it. And we're going to show you later in Mr. Forrestal's life what made him turn on these globalists when he saw the pure evil of the intent and of the deception that they were perpetrating.
Alrighty, I think I'm going to get all these right here done that I can. And then I'm going to start on another basket and see what I can do about doing another basket and getting it done. But hey, we're getting some binding done, even though I'm making a pure mess of it. Let's get this right here so I can't tell which side that is. I hate it not being able to see good. Makes things hard to do. Alright. We'll get these 2.5 inches done, then we'll be back.